TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community, and Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call taking my community back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're going to do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're going to bridge that gap because we're going to get out of here. We're going to shake hands. We're going to find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck, and our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
Hi everyone, happy Sunday and welcome to the Talk Show Divas. We're so happy to have you guys here today. This is going to be part one of our financial literacy segment, and we're just really happy to have you guys here. My name is Tamar, and I'm the creator of Eve's Garden, and I'm going to introduce you to our other lovely ladies on the stage. Take it away.
Hi, happy Sunday everyone. My name is Michelle Moore. I am an entrepreneur and actress.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Roselle Pompey. I am Empress Mindset co-founder and the Goddess of Travel. Welcome.
Hey everyone, we're so happy to have you guys here, and we're going to follow up on one of the things that we talked about our last show, or the show before that, we were talking about the 52-week plan, how we're going to save money this year by setting aside small amounts that are going to actually make a big impact at the end of the year. And I'm going to let Mishla talk to you guys about that.
Okay, so if you guys have been following us, we started with the 52-week financial challenge. It's a savings challenge that anyone can do. It could be young people, older people. You can teach your small children about saving using this plan. We have different benchmarks where you can start saving. Like the first saving one is, I believe, the $1 challenge. So this completes week 2. So the first week you should have deposited $1. So you would have $1 at the end of week 1. At the end of week 2, you should have $3 because the amount deposited in week 2 is $2. So each week it goes up by $1. At the end of 52 weeks, with the $1 challenge, you will have saved $1,378.
Woohoo!
Is that the one?
That's a good one.
That's the one we're doing.
Yes,
So
that's what
we're doing the 1 week, the $1 challenge collectively as a group. And so we said at the end of the year, we would have 1,378 times 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would have a nice little investment chunk.
Absolutely.
That we have pulled just with the 4 of us, the 4 Talk Show Divas. So we would have a great amount of money. I'm going to do the math in just a second. If somebody could do the math in the comments, 1,378 times 4. That's what we're saving collectively. The Talk Show Divas are saving that together. So we'll have, well over maybe $5,000, close to $5,000.
And we should go somewhere. We should
We
take
should
that
go somewhere.
We're gonna take that money and do some self-care, do some sisterhood, and we might vibe on an island near you.
Yes, we're going to be either in Dubai or,
yes.
I'm thinking Dubai for New Year's.
Oh.
Hey,
That's right.
we just hit a goal, everybody.
Mexico would be
Mexico, Aruba, wherever that
Jamaica.
President Biden allows us to travel to.
That's true.
like wherever that we are allowed to travel to, we're probably going to take a nice trip. We'll keep you guys posted. And we'll, show you guys how we get prepared to go on our destination trip.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And what we would like a lot of people to start thinking about is what you'll do with your savings, or the money that you save, how you can reinvest that either in yourself, or you can reinvest that in the market, which brings us actually to one of the second things that I wanted to segue into. I know a lot of you are hearing about this Bitcoin. I don't know if some of you out there are already investing in the Bitcoin, if you even know what it is and stuff like that. So we're just going to briefly touch on exactly what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, and it's digital. It's decentralized, so there's no regulations or there's no control basically over it. And that is one of the pluses I think a lot of people like is it's not controlled like the banking system is controlled. And I have people in my family that invested in Bitcoin years ago, and they're doing very well. What do you guys know about Bitcoin and how it can impact generational wealth, or how it can impact your overall portfolio?
Well, I know that it became real popular like a few years back, right? It resurged and became really popular.
Yeah, it did.
And if people got in during that time, they should see
They're doing good.
very, very good growth in it. It's still something that everyone should consider adding to their portfolio, the investment
agree.
portfolio. Yeah. It's very easy to find out how to get on it.
It's on Cash App.
Cash App has it, exactly.
Cash App. You can get Bitcoin. And we even had a story where there was a professional basketball player. He got his contract, and instead of the contract paying him in dollars, he asked to be paid in Bitcoin.
Wow.
Oh, that was
So everybody was like, whoa.
Wow.
And then that's why everybody's like, what is it?
Yes.
But again, there are so many resources that you can tap into and actually get educated and find out about what it is. What were you gonna say, Rosa?
So I was researching it, looking to, because it's you've heard about it, but it was like, you kind of ignored it.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
didn't
did.
like really focus on it. But now it's becoming such a major thing
Yep.
that there's a lot of people in the African American community that are getting involved in it
Yes.
and are knowledgeable. And it's like, okay, to your point earlier, it's digital, so it's technology driven.
Yes.
And you could get lost in it. It's like I felt like I opened Pandora's box.
Yes, it's a lot of information
It's
to take in.
so much information. And then I stumbled across a story that was interesting. A gentleman in the UK,
Yes, I know what you're going to say. Forgot his
he
password.
threw out by accident the wrong laptop that had, I guess it had the chip with the information.
Is his password? He forgot his password.
Something like that.
Is this the
And
same?
it was like he threw it out in the trash, and he's trying to petition the government to be able to go to that landfill to search for it, and they're denying to do that.
Is this the same guy?
I don't know.
Because he has 220 million tied up in Bitcoin, and he forgot the password. Is this that same guy?
I think it's the same guy, but
Okay.
it's more than the password. I think it was the chip, because from what I understand, it's on a Excel, not Excel. I forgot the term, but it's a database that's shared, and apparently he had it on this chip, and threw it out by accident
Wow.
because he got a new laptop, threw out the old one thinking that he had transferred the information over to the
Wow.
new one, and now he's without 230 million bitcoins and is trying to get it.
Back.
Back.
Is it a way that he can, retrieve it, or are they saying?
No,
because it's not like backed by the FDIC, right?
It's not. And I was going to say this. A lot of people, the first thing they said, why don't you go ahead and have a hacker get into your system? But it can't. You can't hack it.
Yeah.
Correct.
That was one
That's
of the
another
that
thing.
was one of the things that the man that created Bitcoin, he purposely made it that way so we couldn't get hacked. So he can't even pay someone to get into it. And he has 2 more attempts. He has 2 more tries at the password.
But
before it's gone.
his password should be where somebody can hack the password, right?
No, well, when
Like on your computer, somebody should be able to. It's different ways that you can hack the keystroke.
When you buy Bitcoin, what you have to do is you have to also download a digital wallet.
Correct.
That and they tell you when you're downloading your wallet, take a screenshot of this password, because if you forget it,
It's
it's a wrap. Because I have a digital wallet for another type of currency, and he didn't.
Nope.
So it's like he's just, it's been in the news, but he has 2 more attempts and he's out of luck.
Oh, I mean, so when I read that story, I was like, wow. So it also, yes, it's cutting edge. It's technology focused, but it's very volatile. So
Volatile.
yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Is that what, is it, how so? Because, explain that, because a lot of the different rooms that I've been talking to people, they are not afraid of the volatility. And I did read what you're saying is that it's volatile, but it didn't really tell you how, because the stock market is too.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you're going to be in the market, it's the same thing, but is it more of a risk or less?
And that's the $1 million question that I'm starting to uncover about cryptocurrency and Bitcoins and all the other, because there's another one that, I mean, they're coming up with new currencies all the time, from what I understand. So it's a learning, I have a steep learning curve when it comes
me
to
too.
this.
Me too.
And so I need to figure out what makes it such a high risk.
Well, we know even though
But everything is a risk.
But you have to know that something is going on, because we have a whole coin shortage, and that's not even accurate. We don't have a coin shortage. They're taking them back up.
You have that investigative mind just like me, because I was thinking the same thing, because I was like, okay, they're telling us at the register, exact change, please. And then,
They don't want to pay you change back.
so a guy was like, are they trying to give more? But it's interesting what you're saying, because that tells me that there's something going on with our treasury.
Correct.
And that's something going on with the feds. And the one thing that I do know, because Bitcoin is decentralized and the feds and the International Monetary Fund cannot control it, that's they have a level of anxiety about that.
Correct.
Yeah. But the big banks are getting involved, though.
Well, all of
Like
them are
JP Morgan has been jumping in, you know, Bank of America. They all are now
all of them are trying
to get into
all of
this
them
game.
All of them are trying to get involved, but their direction comes from the International Monetary Fund. So all of them are trying to get a rein on this currency because this is what they're thinking. If you wanted to take out all your money right now and just transfer it over to Bitcoin, they would be out of business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Very true.
technology at this point is scaring them, and they're trying to figure out a way to get control of it. So how do you guys, I mean, do you like the fact that it's not controlled, or does that scare you?
A little bit of both. You know,
Really?
it's back to your point, FDIC insured, right? So
Yes.
it's like, if something like what the story that we just read, spoke about, if you lose your password, what kind of protection do you have?
But keep in mind, though, if you're a multimillionaire, which we're all going to be in
Yes,
2021,
that's right. That's
so
right.
the FDIC only insures 250,000 of it.
That's true.
That's right.
So your level of protection is it's okay for people that are under that mark, but the benefits of it, I kind of like the fact that I can have this electronic wallet. I can go to Spain, Portugal.
That's what I was
can
going to
go
mention.
anywhere.
About the international impact of it.
Right. That's what I like
Especially
about
with
it.
countries such as Africa. It is the big topic, because of natural resources and how all of that is
Yes.
traded.
Yes.
So
Michelle,
that's the
yeah.
impact that the reason why we see the banking
Getting kind of nervous.
get nervous about it is because it not only cryptocurrency can not only affect our banking system, but it could affect how things are traded, like oil, crude oil, commodities, resources,
Wow,
natural resources.
wow. I didn't even
So
wow.
that's the reason why that the banks want to get a hold of that, because they definitely want to control how the money flows throughout everything.
Yeah.
And so natural resources
Wow.
are what really drive money.
I'll tell you something. With you saying that makes me think about Mother Africa. Because everybody always wonders, Africa is the most resource-rich continent in the world.
That's right.
And we always wonder, why is there so much poverty there, or why are they always in debt? And the reason they're always in debt is because of the banks.
True.
The banks loan them money at an inflated interest rate that they know they can never pay back.
Predatory lending.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. And it's okay in that continent. But by them kicking the banks off of the continent in this way with digital currency,
That's the problem.
It evens the playing
oh
field.
my good, it does, Roselle, right?
Yes.
Wow, so
Yes.
that's huge for us. That's huge.
Technology is evening out the playing field.
I love it.
How many of you guys are on with cryptocurrency? I'm checking. If you see me looking at my phone, I'm not chatting. I'm looking at our Talk Show Diva page, and I'm waiting to see what comments do you guys have about cryptocurrency or what we're doing.
We're about to go to commercial, but when we come back, any of you guys that have owned Bitcoin right now, give us a comment in the comment page.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Talk Show Divas. And wanted to just introduce our fourth diva here. I know you guys missed her, but here she is.
Hi, everyone. I'm Renee Jackson, and I'm an entrepreneur, and my business is named Sparkle, which is a wardrobe styling and rental business. Happy to be here. Thank you.
So I just want to do a little housekeeping just right now. I want to let everybody know we'd like to give a special thanks to our amazing producer, that's Felix Washington. We also would like to give a shout out to Shantae Barksdale. She's our social media expert. And I just want to give you a rundown of some of the shows that we have during the week. On Tuesdays, we have a new show. You guys have got to tap into that, and it's your real estate tea. So come and get the tea on everything real estate, and that's on Tuesdays at 12:30. On Wednesdays, we have The Flavor. That's at 8 o'clock. At 9:30, we have The Playlist. That's something I know you guys will definitely enjoy. And on Saturdays, we have The Conversation, and that's at 3:30. Bedroom Chronicles have been rescheduled on Saturdays for 4:30. We have, of course, on Sundays, the Talk Show Divas at 4:30, and then the Talk Show Kings at 6:30. So before we went to the break, you guys, and I want to mention that we're on Roku, 1061 TV. You guys definitely join us on Roku. If you have a Roku TV, make sure you're checking us out. And I want to say hello to everybody in the entire world from the Talk Show Divas. But we'll get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about Bitcoin, and I was just wondering if anybody in the comment section said they have
so Melanie Blakely says, she said yes, it's in her investment portfolio. She says Bitcoin failed a couple of years ago and everyone woke up with nothing. And then I think she said it was in 2016, but now that it resurged, like people are, reset, and people are back investing in it. When Cash App, you mentioned this earlier.
Yes.
Anytime that the way we exchange currency, which Cash App is a big, huge movement, a big entity in the way we exchange money, anytime they jumped on with Bitcoin, I was like,
I knew something was up.
Oh,
right?
I did too.
Right.
Yes.
Wait, and they even had Meg the Stallion.
Yes.
She was doing something with Bitcoin on Cash App.
Yes. So yes, they are pulling out, heavy hitters, I guess, as far as social media gurus like Megan Thee Stallion, artists like her, to advertise for Bitcoin. But I think it's something that everybody, you don't have to have it in your portfolio. Some people are very conservative. My dad and my aunt and my retired teachers, they're very conservative with their portfolio.
Gotcha.
But my aunt, she just recently like joined a like investment club where she lives, and now she's becoming more of a risk taker. She's not just putting all her, you know, eggs kind of like in one
basket. Yeah.
So yes, so if you you can go to your local library online on your local library, and a lot of times they have groups that meet that are investment groups that you can join, you know, locally.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys, the theme for 2021 is Black empowerment, Black powernomics. And with that being said, I know Renee talked specifically last week about how she spent the entire day buying black. And that's from restaurants, that's from anything, any toiletries or anything that she uses. So that's something that I've implemented in my life, and I'm asking my family members too, as much as you possibly can, whether it's online. It's very, very easy to do it online. But there are a lot of, especially because we're Atlanta, there are a lot of Black-owned business we can spread our money with. You want to speak to that?
Yes. Particularly, I was looking for a, this was during last week, a convenience store, because I'm always running to the convenience store getting gas, which we always are, you know. And unbeknownst to me, there were no Black-owned convenience stores in my neighborhood. And so that is a conquest that I'm going to have to pursue further in looking. But in my area on the east side of Atlanta, there was no owned Black convenience stores. And the closest one was, I believe it was on Terra Boulevard, and that had, I believe they became owners in 2017. And then I called the number and no answer. So I don't know how long they stayed in business, but convenience stores is probably a big market that we probably all need to investigate and look into. But that's what I'm really trying to do. I'm just trying to do my little part in bridging the gap within my communities of buying black, in terms of not always running to a mall on the opposite side of town, which is this very high, you know, very ritzy area, and I have a mall within my area. You know what I'm saying? So why would I leave from where I live to go all the way over to Lenox Mall, you know what I'm saying, and spend my money over there? I don't live in that area. I live on the east side, so I have South DeKalb Mall, I have North Lake Mall, and I have Stonecrest, and then further back going east as opposed to going there. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to do my part, as small as it may be, and then I can inform my community and those around me as to, you know, how to participate and spend black. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at that, you know? So, yeah, it's interesting the more I do it. So there's estheticians, there are boutiques, there's massage therapists, there are people
Travel
that sell
agents.
travel agents, okay, face mask extraordinaire, you know what I'm saying? So we have the gamut, you know, because, you know, it's really, it's magical, you know what I'm saying? Blacknificent shopping. It's magical.
I love when she uses that word. You guys like that? I love when she uses that word.
Don't you think we're spoiled here in Atlanta?
You think?
Oh, most definitely.
So? Yes.
Coming from like the Midwest.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
If you lived in Chicago or, you know, anywhere in the Midwest, it's very hard to find Black-owned businesses that are as prevalent.
Yeah, that's
true.
So
when we say we're going to the West End or, you know, wherever, and we know it's all black, you know. So
I love the West End.
You're like in the historic West End, and that's my Friday spot, you know. I typically eat in the West End
area.
with Black-owned businesses, or whether it's Tassili's, Raw, Reality. I go get a wrap. Hey, Tassili! Hey!
Big Daddy Soul Food.
Yeah, Big Daddy Soul Food.
Soul Vegetarian.
Soul Vegetarian number 2, and it used to be one of them. I think one of my other vegan spots closed down, but it's like That's our norm. So we are.
That's good, Michelle. So you do that every Friday?
Yes, on Fridays.
That's good. That's really good.
Fridays we go to the city and we're like usually on the hunt for something vegan and a black-owned vegan
That's
restaurant.
real good.
Fantastic.
And you're right, because we are a little spoiled here. I was able to have, at one point, all my physicians were African American.
Really?
Dentists, OBGYN,
Now that's
internists,
good. Wow.
dermatologists,
Wow.
all African American. And it was, you know, because I've always been raised to spend your dollars with your people
Yeah.
from day one. So it's always been something that I am conscious and aware of. Like if I want to go
That's
to a
good.
restaurant, I'd rather go to an African American owned restaurant. So one of my favorites is Breakfast at Barney's.
Hey, shout out Breakfast at Barney's.
Hey,
never been there.
I've
Good?
been there twice.
We need to go.
Yes, we do.
And film.
And film. Yeah.
And film, exactly. And the food is top notch. The service is top notch. I know some people say, oh, sometimes our businesses don't have the service. That's not the case in my experience. I've ran across some that are that need some help, but this restaurant, from the hostess to the waitress to how they prepare your food and they bring it out and
Makes you
it's
feel
just-
so good, doesn't
Yes.
it? Yes, it's a great
Wow.
experience.
Makes you feel
Yes.
special spending your dollars.
Yes.
You know, I want to share something with you ladies, and I'm not sure if anyone has done this before, but you know, there's a lot of Asian nail salons all over our
course.
city. Have you ever found out what their nationality actually was? And when you went in there, turn your phone on.
Your translator?
And do the translation. Say from Korean to
Vietnamese.
English
Yeah, Vietnamese,
or
yeah.
Vietnamese or Chinese, and just listen to what they say about us when we come in. Just take a listen. I won't get deep into that, but I did that. And I already knew that they were saying stuff because
Intuitively,
you
you
know,
felt it
I
anyway.
knew
Yeah.
because you know you
Body
vibe
language.
off
Yes,
of.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can tell when someone walk in the door, and then when they started talking in their language, and you look at the person, and I was like, are they talking about me? You know what I mean? Because I am particular about certain things that I get done,
Yeah.
and I'm only gonna go see one particular person, and they know if she wasn't there because she knows my feet like a road map. If it wasn't for her, I would not come in here because they're very rude, they're inconsiderate, and they're just, I don't find it to be a warm, welcoming experience other than that one particular person that I go and have services for. So it's very interesting. If you ever go in your place, do that translation.
translator.
You'll be surprised what you would hear them saying about us.
Wow.
And with that being said, and that is not an uncommon complaint. We've heard complaints about how they treat us in the beauty supply stores. How you can have a sister that helps you find everything you want, but then I'm thinking she's gonna ring me up. Oh no, she doesn't get touched the register. So it's like
That's
different
true.
things. It's different things that they do. So what we want to do, family, looking at y'all in the camera, family, we want to circulate that black dollar at least 20 to 30 times before it actually leaves our community, because that's what it was actually doing
Yes.
at a time when we had our Tulsa, Oklahomas, and when we had our different area, Black Wall Street they call it, when we had our different areas that were thriving. And the reason they were thriving is because we used we circulated our money amongst one another. And with that, and speaking about that, Greenwood Bank, we've talked about Greenwood, and that's the bank with Mike.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. And I'm not going to get this
Andrew
wrong
Young.
again.
Andrew Young.
And another gentleman, he's an actor.
That's
Jesse.
Jesse. That's the bank. It's a bank. It's digital. It's all digital as of right now. And I think all of us are on the waiting list for us to kind of okay, I got the. Hey, we got to pay some bills. We'll be right back. But when we come back, we're going to talk about banking black. We'll see you guys back shortly.
How can you find a reliable source of CBD products? Introducing Holistic Wellness Boutique, a revolutionary collection of CBD tinctures, CBD topicals, CBD edibles, CBD pet products, and other relevant CBD products that help you incorporate CBD into your everyday lifestyle. The best part? Through our special Radiant Transformations program, Dr. Alea Daniel, PharmD, a well-regarded wellness coach, licensed pharmacist, and the mind behind the idea of Holistic Wellness Boutique, will also introduce you to a healthier lifestyle through proper education, nutrition, and a thorough medication evaluation to make the most of our exemplary CBD products. If you are struggling with a chronic condition, we can help you discover how to live a more holistic lifestyle through wellness coaching and the proper selection of hemp-derived CBD products. Visit holisticwellnessboutique.com to schedule a consultation or order an audacious combination of hemp-derived CBD products that will rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Everybody, welcome back to Talk Show Divas, and I just want to let you guys know again, we are on our Roku channel is 1061 on Roku. Make sure you guys check us out there for all of our shows. And right before the break, we were talking about Greenwood, Banking Black, and that's a bank that Killer Mike, you got to call us. You got to call us and let us know because we're in that waiting list. It's a digital bank for right now.
Correct.
And from my understanding, we're all on waiting lists right now so we can open up an account.
Yes.
It was my understanding they were so overwhelmed with once the word got out, everybody just surged in and they were kind of overwhelmed, and that's why we're kind of on a waiting list. So I don't know what that speaks to. It says two different things. They didn't know how quickly our people would catch on and want to do it. And it says to me that we are ready.
Yes.
We are ready. And I was talking to my sisters, my divas, my sisters.
That's right.
I was talking to them before off camera, and I think something is going on in the world right now, or in the country right now, with African American people, period, across the diaspora. I see a lot of us, I see us wanting to come together. I see us wanting to move forward collectively.
Yes.
You guys feel that way? You guys have you seen that in your life?
Yes, absolutely. I noticed it with outside of my community. I noticed it on social media. I've noticed it on just in the community before the pandemic happened. I've seen people just becoming more aware of themselves, their culture, wanting to learn, have an open mind set to just grasp everything that has to do with
blackness.
With blackness and Africa. And it's like no longer a faux pas about, it's about learning your heritage, your history, and seeing how it applies to today.
Yeah.
You know, and I do see that. I agree with you 110%.
Feels good, doesn't it?
It feels amazing. We're coming. It's like, what did we say? The age of Aquarius?
Age of Aquarius. That's what we were talking about.
Shout out to all Aquarians.
Yep. Now my mom and dad are both Aquarians, so I'm an Aquarian by association.
What were you going to say, Michelle?
You know, you just see a lot more sharing. I think with the way social media and all the different platforms, we are got a front seat to Africa right now because a lot of Africans are sharing their culture, whereas I don't believe, in the past decade, until like artists went to Africa and pulled them to the U.S., did we see, as much of an African presence. Now, because of social media, of apps like TikTok and Instagram and all the live videos, and we see a lot more culture from Africa that we would have never got to experience. And like you said, it's not faux pas anymore. So now it's very attractive to, even if you don't know where your heritage lies, because many of us are such a mixed descent, we don't really know where we came from in Africa. But just to be able to see like all of the different cultures, the different languages, the different food. Like the other day I was watching on Instagram, one of my guys that I watch, he's so funny, he was eating fufu for the first time and he went viral because he didn't like it, but all the other Africans were like, no, you got to eat it like this and you got to do this.
Wait a minute. What's fufu? You got to tell me. What's fufu?
I'm going to let the true African goddess, I'm not going to mess with that. Renee is a true African queen. If you guys don't know, Renee is Roselle. I'm sorry. Roselle is of African descent, and so she's our African princess. She's direct royalty. We'll get into it in February. We'll do a whole little segment about coming to America with Roselle. But no, fufu is bread or some type of yeasty something.
It's a starch.
Yes.
So it's usually you can. Cassava, so what the Hispanics call yuca.
Yes, the yuca plant.
We call cassava. It's the root. So you take the root, you peel it, you boil it, and then you put it in a mortar and with a pestle, and you pound it, and you pour water, and you allow it to ferment, and it becomes like a dough. And you eat it traditionally with your hands in a soup base, any kind of soup or stew.
So it's a bread?
No, it's not a bread.
It's a yeasty type vegetable. A fermented type vegetable.
So it's, I'll share with you all what it is picture wise. But it's like, do you know dumpling?
Yes.
Okay, so it's that kind of consistency, but lighter, thinner, not as thick and gluey. So it's lighter, it's more like gushy. Or when you used to play with like Play-Doh, so it's sort of like that kind of consistency.
What does it taste like?
It doesn't have much of a taste.
It absorbs the soup.
It absorbs whatever the soup that you're in.
Because the soup could be like oxtails or whatever animal or plant or whatever you want to eat.
Yeah, or it could be like a soup where traditionally on Saturdays we have fufu and soup, where you put in every meat you could think of, fish, seafood. So it's like a gumbo without the okra, but you put the okra on the side and you mix it in later. So it's sort of like the cousin of gumbo.
I know gumbo.
And then you
the forefather of gumbo.
Yes, correct.
So have you had some?
I haven't had it, but thanks to social media, I get to see, like true
Maybe
people.
One of these days,
we'll
I
go
will
to
cook
African,
some,
or go.
I'll cook it.
I
know how to cook it.
Okay.
So we can have a powwow. To be continued. I think you ladies would like it.
So it makes me feel good, and we were just saying the fact that we feel like we're coming together and we're like a collective. A lot of times, so many times we're not on the same page, but with everything, and you guys are saying you're feeling the same thing too, it kind of makes me, I have hope. It's right. I have about our economic state, about the economic state. And what I'm finding out now, and it was something that you touched on, Mishla, people are willing to share information now.
Yes.
Yes.
That is important, because you may know something that I don't that can benefit me. You may know, and what I'm finding out right now on a lot of social media, people are willing to reach back, and help.
And share it for free.
For free. That's the thing.
For free. Because before information, you had to go somewhere to get it, or pay to get it, or go to college. Now it's free.
Yeah.
You don't even have to, you can put on YouTube and learn about anything you want to.
Yeah.
Right on that and TikTok too, from what I understand.
Yep.
I was like, I don't need another. I don't have TikTok. I do have TikTok, but I really don't go on it. But you can, from what I gather, you can learn a lot of things and how to do anything that you want to.
Anything. So,
The information is out there.
So with that being said, we just want to encourage everybody to buy black. Greenwood Bank is based, it's going to be based, well, I'm saying based in Atlanta, but it's digital, so it's online, so you can open an account no matter where you are. And I want everybody to just go online and Google. There are 21 black banks throughout the United States. So there are several in the Midwest, I think North or South Carolina, but you can Google. And if you just open a small account, it doesn't have to be your main account, but we have to start pooling all of our resources and our money together. And one of the things that I really liked about Greenwood, when we're talking about entrepreneurship, you have the option to take a small portion. If you say you want $10 a month to go in this pool to help small businesses for small business funding, that's what I really like about it.
Yeah.
So we're helping each other.
Yeah.
So that's real important. Now we're going to get back to the drama that's going on in the United States.
Oh, yes.
The NRA, they filed bankruptcy.
Whoa.
Ooh, doesn't stop.
How long has the National Rifle Association been around? Since what, 18? I'm joking. But
very long time.
A long
that's
time.
huge, you guys. They just filed bankruptcy. And the reason they filed bankruptcy, they're in litigation, or they just got indicted for fraud.
Wow.
And basically what the indictment is saying is that they're a nonprofit organization.
Correct.
And what it's basically saying is all the money that they collected, it's been misappropriated, or they can't find it, or it's a lot of nonsense going on. And the pushback, what the NRA did was like, okay, we're gonna file bankruptcy. So whatever monies you were trying to get by suing, with the indictment, we're gonna file bankruptcy. And they're basically gonna rename themselves and rebrand themselves
And come back as
under an LLC. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're still going to have to answer to the indictment, which is probably going to be very
They're saying it's false. They're saying it's false.
They're saying it's false, but I think it's going to be laced with a lot of politician money. And,
yes. Well,
but they've been supporting.
They donate heavily to
yes, they do.
Yeah,
They
to the
donate.
Republican Party.
They donate very heavily to the Republican Party, and so I think it's going to be part of a big, massive shakedown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw that breaking news, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I was like, whoa, because
Yeah.
these are the big dogs.
Yes.
These guys run Washington, D.C.
Yes,
for a
and
long time.
they're pretty protected.
lobbyists,
They're
that's
very
right.
protected,
Yes.
which is why I'm like, who did y'all make mad? Y'all really did something.
Exactly. Somebody.
Yeah.
They were untouchable for a
Yes,
very
exactly.
long time. So to have a weak link now
Yeah. I'm
says
wondering what's
a
going on.
lot. I mean, and it's going back to the reoccurring theme of evening. The fact that this technology is allowing us to tap into what is going on in the world. It lets us know the common man is not common anymore. And I don't know if I'm making sense. It's just like things that were done in the dark are now coming to light.
That's the thing. He is common. The common man thought he was superior.
Come on now.
Okay.
And thinking that you're superior, like this is your world, I just believe that the cards are all falling down so we can really understand who world this really it belongs to.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
agree
saying?
with
So
that. I
when
agree.
things start happening, not to contradict, but I'm really not surprised. I'm like, it's about time.
Oh, okay.
Because their pushback, from what I understand, was that they were giving a lot of incentives to their family members
Correct.
and their associates.
Kickbacks,
Kickbacks,
incentives.
incentives, and,
Yes.
and who
Racketeering,
knows how long they had been doing that.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, who blew the whistle? Now, all of these things, there's so many moving parts are going on right now in our world, in our
this
country,
yeah.
and we're just paying attention, and we're having the front row seat to just sit back and witness all these things that are occurring.
You're right. And it's fascinating to be a witness to what's going on.
And imagine those who have passed on what they're saying in their grave, like Richard Nixon. They thought I was bad.
Right. Oh my goodness. But see, that's something. It's like I'm looking at a lot of the stuff that's going on and trying to put the pieces together, because a lot of people are saying the attack on the NRA could impact the Second Amendment. Okay? So with what we just had happen at the Capitol, everybody's like, okay, it's time to start connecting the dots. What's going on? We were just talking about digital currency. And then we're having one of the reasons that we have heavy regulation with the banks is because 911, and they said they wanted to make sure that it wasn't money that was coming in from different sources for terrorism and stuff like that. But they're kind of fumbling with this domestic terrorism.
Oh, big
exactly.
time.
It's like all the resources that they have to track other people.
Explain how could it affect the NRA, because the NRA has already stated that they're coming back again, not being based out of New York, but out.
Hold that thought, Renee. We're going to be right back, you guys. We're going to take a break, but stay there. We'll be right back.
Okay. They said they're coming back.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm Dynasty Smith, and I'm your host for The Flavor, where we're going to be showcasing some of the hottest independent artist videos from all around. So y'all tune in every Wednesday at 8 o'clock just by typing into your YouTube bar, TV 1061. So if you go into your YouTube search bar, type in TV 1061 to join us every Wednesday at 8 o'clock to check out some of the hottest new independent artist videos from all over. If you want to check us out on Facebook, just type in The Flavor and you can find us on Facebook. And yo, for you artists out there, lights, camera, action. Now the camera's on you. If you want to get your video aired on The Flavor, then you need to hit us up at 1061tv@gmail.com. Send us your YouTube link, and then we'll get back to you on details on how you can be on The Flavor.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Walmart enjoying
Hey everybody, thank you for staying with us. We're the Talk Show Divas, and once again I just want to let you know that we're on Roku TV channel 1061. And right before we left the break, Renee, Diva Renee, she was telling us, she was giving us her perspective.
Basically what I was stating, I believe it was that regarding the NRA, yes, and how they have folded, but they're coming back again. You know, they're going to be based now out of
Texas.
And they'll still be considered not-for-profit. And they're just going to change the powers that be. You know, everything is just kind of like you know, all the cards are just falling. And it's amazing that we're able to actually watch and see all of these major
in real time.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Trillion-dollar companies and what's going on right now. So yeah, we just got to continuously stay tuned and watch what's going on, because there's so many moving parts to it. You know, it's just like every day is just another.
Speaking of staying tuned, we have an inauguration this week coming up. We think.
No, we're happy.
So with everything that's going on, you guys, I'm sure you all saw all the troops. They're everywhere. DC is like a fortress right now.
As it should be.
Yeah, as it should. Are they going to do the whole? Because I'm hearing different things about some of the things that they do, that they would normally do in the inauguration. They're going to kind of cut that short because of what happened. And they're also having all of the National Guard protect the capitals in all the states too. Because they're just anticipating that we're going to have another type of insurrection come up. So, what do you guys plan on watching the inauguration of Joe Biden?
Oh,
absolutely.
Yes, I will be tuned in. But yeah, I really feel that we have to be on high alert.
Joe, do a Zoom inauguration. I'm sorry, they have to sweat you in on Zoom. Have a Jumbotron camera, because
Go Facebook Live.
Everybody's saying that he could possibly be hurt. His security's got beefed up. You just don't know what's going on.
You don't, and it's like, okay, are we really gonna have a peaceful transfer of power?
Is he leaving? Or we got to drag him out?
Right. We exactly. 2 years.
He's playing his own party.
Right.
He's like, I'm having a party. I don't care what y'all doing.
I went to the last inauguration.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. And I took my children.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I took my four kids.
You went to the one
Obama?
4 years ago?
4 years ago. No, not
8 years.
8 years ago.
Okay.
Oh,
8 years ago.
Barack. Okay, I know a lot of people.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I went
did.
to the one 8 years
Oh.
ago when President Obama was inaugurated for his second term. And it was phenomenal. However, I was very, very scared. Like, I was like,
really?
Why did I bring my kids? That's what I was thinking. Because of the amount of people there. And it was just like, I can remember it was frigid cold.
Yes.
I remember by the time we got to
Mm-hmm.
Virginia, it was snowing, and I was like, this was a bad move. This was a bad mom move right here. And I have pictures of like my baby. I'm holding her, and we're like on the mall, like, and President Obama is like coming through the, I don't know what, they're riding in a motorcade.
Of course.
And he gets out, and Michelle gets out of the car and waves. And I was just like, because I was so scared for him. And not because I wanted to see him, but because
target practice.
I was like, you got out the car and somebody could, hurt you.
Let me tell you, the detail that is up on every high rise that is on that march that they do is covered. It is covered. Airspace is covered. Everything. The amount of security.
I was kind of worried though if somebody would purposely fall asleep on the job.
The
Yes,
first one.
that's what I was like. I was nervous.
John
Yes.
John F. Case was covered too.
Right, and they
Exactly.
sniped him right out.
Exactly. I was
So
I'm
worried about
just
that.
saying, yes,
Yeah.
but it is scary.
Yeah.
But they
Scary.
learned from that because
Exactly.
they didn't really cover every.
Not every.
Not every.
I mean,
So
but they were there. They were present. But
they were
it
present,
still
but they weren't
happened.
present up.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but I was nervous. I was on the ground. I remember like the car riding by, and Michelle was waving, and my kids were waving at her. And they got out the car, and they had actual women Secret Service. They were so sharp, y'all. I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, because they were just phenomenally dressed, and they were walking in front of the motorcade. I was like, these women are putting. There was a lot. It was sisters too. Some black women there that are putting their life on the line for the president-elect and his wife.
And
I was just like crazy.
And it's so ironic that you brought up Michelle because today is her birthday.
Happy birthday, Michelle Obama! If you're watching,
Happy birthday, Miss Obama. So yeah, I mean, to your point, it's something that I've always wanted to do, but I'm like, I'm not going to be a part of that crowd. I'm not doing it. But when I was told the level of detail and protection that it's put under, that he was under, it was very high level and deep.
I'm gonna tell you something that, and this is just rumor. I don't know if it's fact, but it was a rumor that Michelle's mom, she did a spiritual ritual and protect. You guys remember when Michelle said she wanted to have the garden in the back of the White House? That she made her garden.
Yeah.
Okay. Word on the street is, word was that was something that her mom spoke about doing. And it was to basically spiritually bury a safe terrain, a barrier around the White House for him.
Okay.
Nice.
So I don't really
that's
know how
beautiful.
much of it was true, but there are certain things that you can do if you deal in the spirit world. There are certain things where you can protect an area. So, because I know that's something that, well, I ain't gonna get into that, but yeah.
Did you all see last night on MSNBC the special
happened?
that they did on Barack?
No.
Have to go back. I can't remember the name of it, but it aired last night, and it was absolutely phenomenally beautiful. It was so tranquil. It was just like good versus evil. Because it was remarkable. So if you did not get the opportunity to see
is it something new?
Yes, yes. In the wake of all of the
MSNBC.
Yes, MSNBC. It aired last night, and it was. I mean, it just you would have cried. It did your heart good. You laughed, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And it just showed him from the beginning to the end about his compassion and his humanness for things that had occurred. You know, like the killing of what happened at Sandy Plains with the kids, and it just talked about everything from his whole entire time in office in comparison to what we're dealing with right now. And it was so beautiful, and it was just very special to see that at this point in time. It really did my heart very wonderful.
I have to ask you guys. I have to ask you guys a question because I got the conspiracy theory. I got to ask you a question. Why do you think a week ago when the Capitol was being attacked, it wasn't the military in sight? And now they're rolling over and falling asleep in the hallways. There's so many of them. Why do you think that occurred?
Well, we'll hear that in the impeachment.
Oh, there's something else we didn't talk about.
Yes, the impeachment.
Trump got impeached for like
the second time. Is this a new thing? Is he like the only president that's been two times?
Yes.
In the
world.
It
has to go through the Senate to for it to
be
be
a trial with the Senate, so it could take a while for it to.
But it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Why? Because I believe the National Guard was ready.
And they were told to stand.
They were told to stand down. So he had the opportunity to call the National Guard a day or so before.
He's their boss.
Yes.
So if the boss say that he's executive, so
he did not call him, and even when it happened, he did not activate the National Guard. So that will definitely be heard on the Senate floor when we do this impeachment of what he did. Or didn't, or lack
And when the gentleman who was with Nancy Pelosi, he was, I believe, from a representative from Maryland, and he literally, when they were in hiding, he called the governor on his phone from Maryland and said, hey, you got to come and help us. Wow. And he's like, we're ready to come in, and they had these conversations going back and forth, and they told him not to come.
Not only that, you guys, it came out last week that 3 congressmen actually did a tour with some of the insurrectionists.
Yes.
And they want them impeached too.
A day before.
They want those people impeached.
They would know what the layout of the land was. So they're looking at them. And who is this brother that we've made famous, the security guard that saved the day? We are always saving the day, right? Always saving the day.
Superheroes.
Yes.
And he should go down in history and be remembered
for
because he faced that mob.
Yes, he did.
And he, if you were looking at the tape, you would think, oh, he's scared and running away from them. No. But no, he was
strategically diverting them from Pence.
And it was like,
wait, I'm going to tell you something that's funny because you said history. It was when you talked about Nixon and the Watergate scandal. It was a black security guard back then.
What was his name? Frank Willis or something. Frank Willis.
It got broken into, and that man's life was ruined.
Yes,
completely.
There's a story.
Yeah.
His life was ruined. So I'm hoping this brother
because he discovered the bug.
Yes, yes. His whole life was ruined. But it's so funny in this situation. All these years later, another black security guard saved the day.
Saved the day. And you know what? We're not going to make that same mistake that was done to Frank.
Yes.
Agreed.
To be done with this man. We are too aware right now.
Yeah, we're on high alert.
He should be awarded all the highest honors.
Yes,
that the government can give him as a civilian.
And a raise. I'm joking.
Right, but they haven't even said his name. What's his name? They just keep showing him.
I think they're doing that to try to keep him protected at this point.
Well, we can see his face. I mean, we see him.
Yeah.
Far as from other people making death threats and things of that nature.
I think they're just kind of keeping his name out of the mix right now because he has a family and things like that. So,
that could be the case.
But I'm looking forward to the impeachment.
Me too.
Am I too happy about that?
I am too.
I'm having my popcorn, my Perrier.
But my question, I mean, his presidency is over. I mean, the time to get him out was when we first tried.
Well, we don't want him to be able to run again.
Right.
And we want to,
service.
like he's did so much, like.
And also, we don't want him to have the benefits of being a former president.
Exactly. We want to take all that back.
Secret Service, I mean, we
will be a
as
still former
taxpayers have to
president.
pay for
We
that.
pay that, yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
if you were willing to do what happened a couple of weeks ago, then you don't deserve all these benefits.
Speaking of the Secret Service, it's been reported that the Secret Service for President Trump and his wife are not allowed to use the restroom while they're on duty.
I read that.
So I read that they have to rent a house
to go use the bathroom
for the Secret Service who protect your butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to rent a house nearby in Washington for the Secret Service to go and
To the
use the
restroom.
bathroom. Is that not like the help all
It reminds me
over
of the
again?
help. I was going to say that. It reminds me of the help.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Wow.
So
surprised.
they're like, the budget is like so many hundreds
So
of thousands
ridiculous.
of dollars just for the Secret Service to not use the restroom. And this never happened with any other president. To not allow them to use the restroom in the White House.
You guys, we're almost, hey, we've loved having you guys here. We're just about out of time. Everybody say goodbye, and we hope to see you guys next week. After the inauguration of More Details.
Bye-bye.
Happy
You guys have
Sunday.
a wonderful week.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.